African story, the African women. It's all about celebrating women empowerment. Welcome to TMN Startup, a program that inspires and makes you imagine the possibilities that's all around you. A program that celebrates startups and SMEs, and a program that dissects the psychology of an entrepreneur. I'm your host, Bash Adil, and today, celebrating the African story, we have in the house a dynamic entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur, here to tell us what it takes to be an entrepreneur in the African continent, and in particular in Nigeria. Not just that, also in the house, we have a vibrant young man that's here that is driving this story by selling the brand, giving it a definition that relates to the everyday woman. Please come along and enjoy this ride. We have Dapo Lawal, the creative director of Dapo, Desina, a fashion label here in Lagos. We have John Bassey, one of the co-founders of Lawal, a design and print outfit. You're all welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
We're talking about startups, entrepreneurs. Let's start with you, Dapo. Tell us your story. Or before we do that, give us a brief on Dapo Desina. The brand, the label, the fashion label. Tell us all about what you're doing.
Thank you. Dapo Desina Atelier, that's the name of the brand.
Okay.
It started in 2012 officially.
Okay.
But I've been going at it since 2007.
2007, wow.
Personally, you know.
Okay.
It's a label for a woman, it's a fashion label for women from the age of 18 to maybe 100, as long as you're fashionable.
It cuts across board.
Yes.
Okay.
So we make classic pieces.
Okay.
Our designs are very classy.
Okay.
We don't follow trends.
Oh, wow.
So it's something you can wear in 5, 10, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just a classy label, classy
design that's integrated with an African context.
Yes.
What you're wearing, is this your design?
Yes, it is.
Wow, 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 wow. So these are the kind of concepts you develop and add that African blend to it.
Yes.
Oh.
And we have a diffusion line, which is what I'm wearing.
Okay.
It's called Rock by Dapo Desina.
Okay.
It's a cheaper, more affordable line compared to the Dapo Desina brand, which is more of haute couture for the high-end customers that we have. So this is cheaper. What I'm wearing is the cheaper line, the diffusion line.
Wonderful. So you have brands for high-end clients and the everyday woman.
Yes.
Now, your design, you are a female entrepreneur. Does your design, is it geared towards empowering women? Does it give them that confidence? Or is it just a laid back?
Well, I would say it's for a confident woman.
Okay.
Someone that believes in herself.
Okay.
That is not afraid to look good.
Okay.
Because we deal with a lot of fluid fabrics, silk, chiffon, and we don't believe a woman has to, reveal anything just to feel sexy.
Okay.
So if the woman's body is already sexy enough, you don't have to show a little cleavage there, a little, just be classy with what you're wearing. The woman's body is classy enough, so.
So actually taking traditional African woman, but reinterpreting it in a context, in a style that makes her more compatible with this current era without much exposure of flesh. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Fantastic, that's remarkable. I mean, African queen representing the African tradition in a modern era. Beautiful. John, this story, you have African women celebrating the African fashion, and what your outfit represents, it's all about projecting that image. Maybe if you could just start by giving us a brief about what you do, then explain how you're able to sell this image of a brand that Dapo Desina has. Could you do that for us?
Thank you, Bash. Well, we are a print and design company.
Okay.
So what we do basically is we discover talent that you have good product.
Okay.
They don't know how to showcase it to the outside world.
Okay.
They lack vital branding tips.
Okay.
What we do is we package their product, through ad campaigns, logo designing, brand activations, and for them to be able to reach a wider market. You have a lot of very good and sound talent out there, that have products that are sellable. But because of how timid they are, the environment they are, and how sometimes it's capital intensive to put out your brands out there, where you have giants already making impact. It shrinks them back. But what we do is we find avenue to get these guys, most times through referrals people we've done jobs with. And then reach out to them. We have meetings and we talk. They tell us their challenges, and we discover along the line that most of them are not able to, stand the branding phase that we have, the contemporary branding phase, because it's expensive. Averagely to set up to build a brand identity for a client, cost over 300,000 to make a minimum impact. It costs that high.
Wow.
But what we do is we check out, put all the cards on the table and say, these things you want to put out there, what if we give you a leverage? All right. What we do sometimes, we start up, tell us your core values. You tell us, and we develop a brand identity for you, and then we develop free logos for you.
So you're like taking the essence behind the business and packaging it and giving it to the customers to identify and build a relationship with that particular product. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what we
do.
So
now, I want to believe she's one of your clients, right?
Yeah, she's one of my clients. Very good client at that.
Fantastic. Thank you. You're still watching TMN Startup. Welcome to TMN Startup. I'm Bash Ado. So the same thing you've mentioned is the same thing you're doing with?
Yes, basically that's what I've been doing with her. I've been helping her with some very prospective strategies she's using to push out her brand out there. And she's a very sharp woman. And it makes the work a bit easy for us, unlike some other clients that we need to build from ground up. She has a standard for what she wants, and we help her push it there with already developed platforms we have. All right. So Dapo is a very inspiring entrepreneur. I met her through a referral. Like I said, somebody introduced me to her, and since then we had a wonderful working relationship together. And I trust God, as time goes on, she's going to be one of the top designers we have in Africa, because she has a fantastic vision ahead.
I love that. So the story of the African fashion is getting out. People are buying it. People are carrying it. The everyday African woman loves it. Beautiful. Dapo, for a startup, an entrepreneur, there are lots of story to tell. We have the viewers out there watching. Some are going to be inspired. Some are going to be motivated. Some are at the point probably of giving up. Why don't you tell us your story? Not in depth, but tell us your story so we can inspire our viewers, the future African women that would want to follow in your footsteps. Let's have it.
Okay. I think I'll have to go back to how this label started. I didn't plan on being an entrepreneur.
Really?
At all.
So you're an accidental entrepreneur?
Yes.
Is there anything as an accidental entrepreneur?
There is.
Okay. You can hear this. You might be an accidental entrepreneur, so let's go.
First of all, I studied geology and mining in the university.
Okay.
So I just wanted to finish school and work in Chevron or Shell,
High
a very big oil company.
Profile.
Then I finished school. I started job hunting. There was no job.
The same story. There's everything. There's everywhere.
One day I just woke up and thought of, what else can I do apart from, just sitting at home looking for a job. And I remember I've always liked sewing. My grandfather was even a tailor, and when he died, the only inheritance my mother got was his sewing machine, one of his sewing machines.
Really?
So I've always had this sewing machine at home, playing with it, amending my clothes, So I decided to go and learn how to sew.
Okay.
I didn't even go to a fashion school. Like I always tell people, I'm a self-taught.
You didn't go to?
I didn't go to a fashion school.
Wow, okay.
I started learning from scratch. I went to a normal local tailor just close to my house. I learned how to sew. Then from there, I started sewing for my mom, my sisters, They were like, oh, you're good. Then I started charging. They started paying. I'm like, oh, wow, this is... But still, I still was looking for a job on the side.
So it was like you're trying to build your capacity?
I was just doing something,
Just
I
to
just
get
wanted
going.
to do something, not just sitting down and looking for a job. It's not like I wanted it to be a business.
Okay.
I've never wanted to be a business woman or an entrepreneur. I just wanted to work in Shell or Chevron, So all of a sudden, I found myself charging for... my clothes, started making clothes for close family and friends, And then I found out that, well, this thing can be a business, Then I moved to Lagos.
Okay.
Then I decided to make it a proper business. Someone introduced me to Bassey. He did my branding.
Let's keep it there. She mentioned turning passion into creative idea, commercializing it, charging for it, hooking up with you to sell the brand. Can you relate branding to SMEs? Because that's one of the functions you do. Right now, just like her, SMEs, startups are trying to also appreciate that. Can you just give us a brief about how that marriage comes about?
All right, like she rightly said, most entrepreneurs or people that have somewhat business they do, they only get to impact close friends and family.
Okay.
And that's a very small niche.
Okay.
Okay, because you're just acting a bit local.
Okay.
Okay, when you have a wider market that you can actually reach with your product that are good.
Okay.
Okay, so what we do is, when we find out people like Dapo, okay, that has good solid product that can contest on a global scale,
yes,
we come up with branding ideas, that will push these things.
Okay.
Get her equipped anywhere you're going for meetings, you're going for, just traveling, you're going somewhere, you hang out with your call card, you meet people, you talk to them about what you do. You don't need to be shy.
Okay.
You introduce yourself.
Okay.
You give out your call cards.
Okay.
You direct people to your website, your blog, you try to be on the social media, okay? Not just calling people, within your circle,
okay.
And why we are instrumental for SMEs and startup is because we help them to see a bigger picture. Most of them just feel, okay, they want to do subsistence kind of business for themselves and for their family.
They just see the immediate, they don't see long range.
Beyond. Okay, and that's why its exposure is very important. What we do is just exposure. Okay, they have the originality of the ideas right in them. So what we do, we just espouse it. Okay, and tell them things that are possible that they thought were never there. Okay, so when they begin to see things in light on our own direction, okay, they begin to appreciate the process of branding. And I must tell you, SMEs, they're lacking big time in branding in Nigeria. There are great stuff that need to go out there, but you see the challenge and the fear of where will I get funds to push out. But you see, we at Jewel, we have very strategic solutions that we can sell to our clients. When I mean sell, it's not as if they have to pay. Expose to them that, okay, you see, you can use social media platform to push out your product.
Which makes it a whole lot easy.
With little or no cost at all.
Which makes it easy to even connect.
All right, to even connect and reach out to the broader sense. Okay, so we try to tell them possibilities exist in whatever business they do. Okay, and give them an inroad on how to get there.
There it is, possibility, inroad. SMEs can do without branding. It's a marriage that has a long time benefit. Now, let's get back to the story. I want to hear. So I don't know if you can, after you hooked up with him, then that you got their platform to sell your product, then what happened?
Okay, right now we sell on Konga. The diffusion line is on Konga. That's Rock by Dapo Desina.
Rock by Dapo Desina.
We have pieces on Konga right now, and we're planning on selling. There's the store. We're going to open a store in September. We're going to stock in a store rather. In September. The store is in Oniro. VI. So that's where we are headed right now.
And I'm sure along the line in this story, there were days that you felt like giving up. There were days that everything seemed as if nothing was going to go wrong.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
You had that? So it's a practical, common experience that everyone has to experience.
Yeah, certainly.
Wow. So the story is you can get to where you're going to go. Sell the right identity by getting your essence in your brand. But you've got to be consistent, persistent in the whole process. Beautiful, fantastic. So now I'm an SME, or let's put it this way, I'm a startup. John said I need a brand. Dapo said her brand is taking her places. How do I develop a brand?
Thank you, Bash. First of all, as a startup, after identifying your product you want to put out there to the masses, you need to have a great logo. A logo is an identity for people to know your product so that when they see your product out there, they can identify it. When you get a product, the next step is get a brand message.
Wait, a logo like a trademark?
Like a trademark.
Okay.
And after that, you get a brand message. That brand message should be something every employee or somebody that's working with you should know by heart. The message you want people to know about you.
Do they have to buy in, believe, or just know?
People need to know. And once they are aware, they begin to believe it with your consistent delivery of your product excellence. But once that is achieved, you move to the next step of branding yourself. How do you answer your phone calls when clients call you? What kind of clothes or uniform do you wear when you go out for brand sales? Do you look like a Rad Mataz, or you look rowdy, or you look corporate, or you look formal? You need to be very careful and intentional about your dressing. Because it speaks volumes about the brand you are representing or you're trying to develop. Then you move to the next step of consistency. There should be consistency in everything you do. When you tell your client, I'm going to deliver by 4 p.m., be there by 4
Professionalism.
Professionalism is very
excellence.
Key. Excellence.
And quality.
Quality, originality. You must keep these things coming consistently. What you're selling should have a niche, and your delivery system should be very articulate. Okay?
Articulate. Well defined.
Well calculated. You know, every entrepreneur is taking a risk. Whatever we do, we are taking a risk. But you must have calculated risk. What if these plans fail? What will you fall back to? What will you do?
All this enshrined in the brand.
Yes,
all this add up to define.
For example, if you want to set up a campaign or a loyalty program to introduce people to buy into your service, okay, you need to articulate the way and manner you go about it. Do you want to use the social media platform? It depends on your funding. It depends on how much you have. Do you want to use social media platform, or do you want to use radio station, jingles, TVs, and all that? Do you want to go through those routes? You need to calculate and see your budget.
Okay.
If your budget can accommodate stuff like that, why not you go all out? But you see, the challenge most SMEs have and startups is because they lack funding. And the problem is not as if there are no incentives out there to get funding. Yes. There are, but the challenge is packaging. They lack packaging.
Okay.
When you are well branded, you're packaged already.
Beautiful. I like the sound of that. Well branded, you're a good package.
Yeah.
There you have it. How do I develop a brand? First, trademark. Second, identifying your product and maintaining a particular quality. Third, professional interaction with your customers. And fourth, maintaining a standard that has been achieved. That's how you build a brand. Dapo Lawal, it's been interesting having you on this show. John Bassey, it's a privilege. We've all learned a lot.
Thank you very much.
Africa, the brand that's emanating defines competitiveness, tenacity. That's what's emanating. We have African women making that possible. Women empowerment is a reality. It's here to stay, and it's going to be the next best thing that makes Africa great. I'm Bashado, and it's been a great pleasure having you tonight. Thank you very much.